Is it possible that Elon Musk and NASA have finally defied the laws of physics with their latest development? Perhaps they have, because NASA is on the verge of creating a near-light-speed engine that defies physics laws, a concept for an engine that can accelerate to 99% the speed of light without using any fuel. That might sound like something out of a science fiction film, but it's not. One of NASA's engineers is working on something similar, and it has the potential to defy physics. What are the plans for these engines? What will it use as fuel if it can't use propellant? Will a human be able to travel in a vehicle with a thruster like this? Is the possibility for fast space travel already here? These are the questions going through most people's minds at the moment, so in today's video we'll find out the answers to these questions and more. So ensure that you watch to the end, you don't want to miss a thing. Kindly subscribe and turn on the notification feature if you haven't already done so. Let's get started, shall we? Humanity has dreamed of crossing the astronomical distances separating us from the ultimate alien destinations for centuries, ever since we realized that every star we see in the night sky is a sun just like ours, with possibly its own solar system, planets, and maybe even life. Even the closest star is more than 4 light years away. While NASA's Juno mission achieved the fastest speed a human-built spacecraft has ever traveled at, that is at 74 kilometers per second, 46 miles per second, even at that rate, reaching the nearest star would take more than 4,000 years. We have a problem with our human drive to travel everywhere and examine everything in space. This is a significant problem. After all, it is space. It's way too big. Even if we traveled at the fastest possible speed, it would take us years to reach our nearest star. Elon Musk's private spaceflight business SpaceX was founded with the idea of making life multiplanetary. He claims that relocating humans to other worlds, such as Mars, could save humanity in the event of a calamity on Earth, such as a massive asteroid hit. In 2016, Elon Musk said that there would be 2 paths for history to take. One option is that we stay on Earth indefinitely with an ultimate extinction event. The alternative is to become a spacefaring civilization and a multi-planet species, which he hopes we would agree is the right way to go. The SpaceX founder has frequently expressed his desire to develop settlements on Mars. Payments, he says, would require a significant number of people to become self-sustaining. To make this fantasy a reality, a capable automobile is needed. Still, the current limits of our technology and physical laws are the 2 limiting factors of space travel. Advances in fields such as laser sails, nuclear rather than chemical propulsion, or producing and controlling antimatter or dark matter could provide a game-changing technological breakthrough, and they appear to be close. Another human desire is to find solutions to significant problems. NASA engineer David Burns has been doing precisely that in his spare time. He claims to have built an engine that can accelerate to 99% the speed of light without fuel. He has posted it to NASA's technical report server under the name Helical Engine. It works on paper by exploiting how mass may change at relativistic speeds, which are close to the speed of light in a vacuum. It hasn't been professionally reviewed yet. This story has created curiosity comparable to that seen in the early days of the EM drive, which is understandable. Yes, there have been reports that the engine may defy physics. To put things in perspective, the EM drive was NASA's initial step into the idea of really trying to develop a faster-than-light engine. So, what exactly is the EM drive? An EM drive is a radio frequency resonant cavity thruster concept first developed in 2001 by Roger Shawyer, a British chartered electrical engineer with 48 years of experience in the space and defense industries. Internally reflected microwaves are said to generate thrust, violating the law of conservation of momentum and other fundamental considerations. The device has been dubbed the impossible drive by the media. Explanations for how the EM drive might work go beyond what is known about physics. Perhaps it's interacting with the vacuum energy of space quantum time, even though space quantum time doesn't allow anything to push off of it. Perhaps our sense of forwarding motion has been destroyed. Maybe it's brand new physics, as the EM drive tests have revealed. There is no official design for this device, and none of the people who claim to have invented it has committed to detailing how it might work as a thruster or what components make it up, making it hard to tell whether a given thing is one. In 2016, NASA's Advanced Propulsion Physics Laboratory reported seeing a modest apparent thrust from one of these tests, a finding that is yet to be confirmed. According to subsequent research, the thrust recorded was later shown to be a measuring error produced by interactions with the Earth's magnetic field or heat gradients. Scientists from the Technical University of Dresden published 3 papers in March 2021 claiming that the push was a complete fluke and caused by external influences. While the helical engine is intriguing despite the claims, it is likely to defy the laws of physics anytime soon. Burns feels his proposal is worth pursuing, even though it has been regarded with suspicion from some quarters. He says, "I'm comfortable with throwing it out there. I'll be the first to say if it doesn't work. It was worth a shot." What exactly did he mean when he said it would work? As a thinking experiment, Burns depicts a box with a weight inside hung on a line and spring at either end, bouncing the weight back and forth to emphasize his point. This would shake the entire box in a vacuum, with the importance of remaining static, similar to a GIF stabilized around the weight. The box would squirm in the same place overall. However, if the weight's mass grew in only one direction, it would provide a stronger push in that direction, resulting in thrust. What do physics rules have to say about this? This should not be conceivable according to the notion of momentum conservation, which asserts that a system's momentum remains constant without any external forces. According to Einstein's particular relativity theory, objects gain mass as they approach the speed of light, which must be considered in particle accelerators. In actuality, a simple version of Burns' notion would replace the ring with a circular particle accelerator in which ions are rapidly accelerated to relativistic speeds during one stroke and deaccelerated during the other. However, Burns believes that instead of using the box and rod, the particle accelerator should be used for both lateral and circular motion, in which case the accelerator should be formed like a helix. There is, however, a relativity error in this case. According to special relativity, objects gain mass as their speed approaches that of light. If the weight is replaced with ions and the box is replaced with a loop, the ions may be able to flow faster at one end and slower at the other. In contrast, Burns' drive isn't a single closed loop. It's termed a helical engine because it's helical, similar to a stretched-out spring. The engine accelerates ions in a circle to relativistic speeds before varying their velocity to change their mass somewhat. The engine then produces thrust by moving ions back and forth along the travel direction, Burns added. Other than ions traveling in a vacuum line trapped inside electric and magnetic fields, the engine has no moving parts, he noted. According to New Scientist, the volute chamber would need to be very large. It is 200 meters long, about 656 feet, and 12 meters in diameter, roughly 40 feet. To produce 1 newton of thrust, 165 megawatts of energy would be required. That is the amount of force needed to accelerate a kilogram of mass per second squared, which is comparable to the output of a power plant. However, proposals for propulsion-free vehicles such as helical are not entirely new. In the late 1970s, a US inventor named Robert Cook invented an engine that reportedly converted centrifugal energy into linear motion. Then, in the early 2000s, a British inventor named Roger Shawyer proposed the EM drive, suggesting that trapped microwaves could be transformed into thrust. Neither idea has been proven, and both are widely believed to be impossible due to a violation of a fundamental physics rule, the conservation of momentum. Physicists at the Technical University of Dresden, who tested the EM drive, say the helical engine will most likely suffer from the same issue. To my knowledge, no inertial propulsion system has ever worked in a friction-free environment, one of them claims. Unlike the others, this machine uses special relativity which confuses the image, he explains, but unfortunately there is always action-reaction. Burns maintains, however, that the majority of the energy lost by the accelerator through heat and radiation can be captured. He also proposes methods for preserving momentum, such as the spin of propelled ions. I'm well aware that it has the potential to be right up there with EM drive and cold fusion, he admits. However, you must expect to be humiliated. It's pretty challenging to come up with anything unique and functional. As you can see, science remains a bit shaky. This is most likely where we inform you that your skepticism is well-founded, but don't be fooled. Given how quickly aeronautical technology is progressing, we shouldn't be astonished if a faster-than-light capable engine appears in the future. But once that happens, all of our science fiction fantasies will be well on their way to becoming science truth. What are your thoughts on Elon Musk and NASA's near light speed engine that defies physics laws? We'd like to know in the comments section below. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more engaging videos.